Welcome to another episode from Simulation Gaming Digital Realities. And today I have a very special guest. If you are a user of Quid, if you are a user of NeonMob, I have the one and the only Trancekatt. Yes, if you are on Discord, if you use either of the apps, I'm sure you've come across him. What a guy, what a personality, what a hardcore collector that wants the best for the communities of both of those collectible apps. So sit back, enjoy, go grab your coffee, make it a double because it's a fairly lengthy episode. Both of us have the long hair flowing and a lot of similar recollections of collecting in the past and collecting in the digital form now. Again, leave a like if you find the content valuable. Leave any questions you might have in the comment section. And feel free to reach out to myself, Laptop Hound, on Quid and NeonMob, or reach out to Trancekatt on Quid and Larry on NeonMob if you're looking to complete some trades. We are both on Discord as well. Hit us up if you have any questions. If you're a new user, this discussion is more for the newer users, someone that's just downloaded the app, how they can get started without being overwhelmed. Enjoy the episode. Welcome to another episode of Simulation Gaming Digital Realities. Today we're going to focus on the app known as NeonMob, not to be confused with NeoMob, like I often call it in some of my videos. Today I have a special guest. I am a known user of NeonMob and Quid especially, but I have a well-known user of both apps. And we're going to talk a little bit about the web version, about the mobile version, the differences, the advantages, disadvantages, and we'll get to know a little bit more about the one, the only Trancekatt. How you doing, Trancekatt?
Doing great, bud. Doing great, man. Fun being on here. First broadcast ever.
Well, hopefully it won't be the last either. We'll make sure that we do a few more because there's so many stories to tell about both NeonMob and Quid. We'll keep this one focused more to NeonMob, but I do want to talk Quid a little bit later because we're both big parts of that community as well. But the focus will be on NeonMob. First, I mean, you're well known in the Discord community on both platforms. We know you very well for your gifts and your memes and all the cool things that you post. Tell us a little bit about how you got into not necessarily the digital collecting, but just real life collecting to start with. When did it begin? How far back?
Actually, it started all the way back in, I'd say, late 60s, early 70s with Mad Magazine. that was my first, wow, this is something that, pulled me off the shelf. I mean, I'd always read comics and stuff when I was a kid, and then when Mad Magazine came along, it's like, oh, hey, I like the political humor, I like the style of the art, the basically the just poking fun at all of the media in the world itself, and the more I got into it, the more I liked it, and it's like, wow. And then I moved from there into collecting cards. And started collecting, early Star Trek cards and all the old, it's like everybody else, like all my friends, everybody were all collecting, football, baseball cards. And it's like, that bored me. I went the opposite way. I collected all the non-sports cards, all the fun stuff, that lots of people forget about, like Harry and the Hendersons and, Scooby-Doo and stuff like that, I mean, I always wanted all the weird card sets. Everybody else is like going, "Hey man, I got an old Ryan rookie," and it's like, "Yeah, well, I've got a Star Trek hologram." you know.
Did you ever get into those late 70s, early 80s? The Garbage Pail Kids and those kind of one-off kind of sets.
Well, I did get off into the Furbies for a while. I thought those were pretty cool, but Then when they told us we couldn't have them at work anymore because they had microphones in them, we weren't allowed to have them. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh man, I said they're with my cubicle decorations, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it definitely brings back memories for me collecting those wax packs of all different varieties, TV shows, and a few sports as well. Of course, up here in Canada, we're all about the hockey. So we
Oh
have
yeah,
yeah, the OPG was kind of the big brand back in the before the, the big explosion of the card market in the early
right.
90s.
Mhm.
How did you get into then the digital collecting? What was your first digital app that you kind of hooked up with? And, what do you think about digital collecting now?
Well, the first digital app I actually hooked up with was Top Star Wars, and that was back in 2015. And it's like, hey, digital trading cards. This is kind of fun. I can carry my collection in my pocket now instead of having to haul around all my binders and having to buy sleeves and all that stuff like that. And I said, hey, this is kind of cool, kind of fun. And after I played it for about 4 or 5 months, I said, I wonder what else is out there. I said, is there any other collecting apps out there? And I mean, and of course there was your Pokemon and your Yu-Gi-Oh, and those are like just starting, but they were popular at the time. But you had to have physical cards to be able to build a set because you had to have physical card, take a photo of it, upload it to the app, and bam, there's my copy. Kind of a pain in the butt. And then I found
Yeah.
NeonMob, and I went, "Oh, hey, what's this little strange little community out here?" And I said, this is interesting. I said, "Oh, this is neat. You get new art almost every single day, and it's from original artists, which I kind of like because I like supporting the little guy. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like when going to the street fair, and you see the guy, and he's over here on the corner with his spray paint cans and lids and little junk, and he's using little weird templates and stuff, and he takes a piece of cardboard and he turns it into an elaborate space scene in like 20 minutes. It's like, wow, this is fascinating. How does this guy do this with spray paint and just bangs it out? And it's like, wow, these are neat drawings. And as a matter of fact, I have one behind me up on the wall back there.
Oh yeah. Cool. Yeah, I mean, street artists, they're great. I mean, and now we have the opportunity with digital street artists, I guess you can call
Yeah.
them. And there's a process on NeoMob where people can contribute, and then I believe we'll get into how art is selected on NeoMob a little bit later.
Okay.
Let's go to the app and talk about the basics. Let's
All
approach
right.
this trans from a brand new users, because I know when I go on Discord, often I see a lot of new users asking kind of the same questions. So if we
Yeah.
can answer some of those basic ones in this video, and then when they ask, just say, hey, go watch this video. I think
Exactly.
yeah, that might kind of help them out. So with the app itself, a new user just coming on that doesn't want to be intimidated, what are some of the first things that they should be doing once they get the app?
Okay. As a free player, you can hold up to 6 packs at a time. Okay. So you get one free pack every hour. And once you hit that six, your timer stops. You don't collect any more packs until you start pulling packs. So my suggestion to new users is about every 4 or 5 hours, pop on, pull a couple of packs. Um, and then that way you keep your timer running. Hopefully be pulling on sets you have access to and stuff you like. You know, and then go from there. Uh, as I'm since I'm an ambassador at NeonMob, I like to when I spend a lot of time in my DMs, like you said, walking people through it because they don't because as we're now just starting to create some videos to give them the show to say that way they can see this is how you collect this and this is how you trade and so on and so forth. So
Okay,
I
cool.
spend a lot of time trying to help as many people as possible, but it gets crazy on occasions.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why I'm hoping these videos will help those users out and just kind of deflect it to the video. The second thing that I know I had, as a question as a new user is to I was kind of overwhelmed because there's so many sets. So what would you recommend for a new user that really doesn't, have a favorite brand? Because these aren't, licensed sets, not your Marvel and Disney that's
Well,
going to jump out at them. What
okay,
would you say they should start collecting?
I what I always tell people is they collect what you love, because if you look at it and it makes you happy, like the flirty animal set, for instance, I mean, it's such a fun little set. I mean, it's not over the top. It's not a total crazy, kind of a I have to have it set, but it's just so neat. It's cute. It's original. You know, I mean, sure, some of the memes have been used over and over and over again, but the animals themselves are cute. And I'd like to give kudos to the artist who created it, because they took the time to share their love and passion of collecting to offer these up, so that way the rest of the community can join as well.
Right. Okay. So yeah, new users that, don't care about rarity and don't care about numbers and things like that, you would suggest just find a set and collect what you love. And there's that series finder as well
Right.
at the top. And
Mhm.
if they click on that, they can sort many different ways, right? Many different
Oh, many,
categories.
many different categories. Now there is
So if
now
they,
they are still doing, there is a few little glitches and stuff, within the sorting categories that still getting worked on all the time. But you know how coders are, you
yeah,
fix one thing, break another. Now one of
yeah.
my favorites is if you use a little spyglass over on the right hand side there. If you go
Um,
on the right of you, on the
yeah.
right hand side there, yeah. Type in any search word you want: dog, cat, anything sci-fi, spaceship. Type in any word you want. It'll pull up any series that has something similar or related to that.
Very cool. So I typed in alien, and we've got 6 different sets that revolve around aliens.
Okay,
And
now
Trancekatt,
let
I
me
know you
break it.
mentioned that.
I just want to mention to you real quick here. Okay, now you notice on the sets, you notice how there's a little blue dot in the upper left corner
Yeah,
of the icon. That tells you that you have there's cards available, and those sets can be active. Okay, now like the two on the bottom down there, you notice how there isn't a little upper dot in the upper left corner. Those are probably limited. You notice that they're limited sets. They're probably already out of print, or they've already given out all the free packs.
right. So
Free
it
packs
shows
are sold
sold
out.
out. Yeah.
So when you're searching, like I said, like let's say if you used to type in unicorn, for instance, boom, they would give you all the unicorn sets or mermaids, you know, and mermaids is one of my favorites anyway. I like mermaids.
Okay. So yeah, that's excellent advice. Just type in, um, let's go with mermaid here. There we go. 4 different sets with mermaids. None of them have the blue dots, so no one will be able to open or collect these cards
Well,
without.
not necessarily. Now, if they're sold out, there won't be anything left. Now, sometimes you'll see these open like these, like this one still says such and such remaining. Those can be purchased with credit packs.
Gotcha.
Now, credit is the difference between carrots and credits. Credits are you actually use real money to buy packs with. Now, carrots is something you earn for each and every milestone that you do on NeonMob.
Okay. And that they can keep track of that at that blue section at the top where it shows how many credits or
Right.
carrots they have,
Carrots, yeah, right.
and then how many
Like for instance,
credits.
you've got 75,000 credits. Is that correct?
22.8.
Okay, my screen's small. I can't see. Okay, 22.8. Okay, now as far as carrot packs go, on some of the amateur sets, they're as low as 10K for a two-card draw on some of the amateur sets. Now, when you start
Okay.
moving up into the moderate, the anything green and above, as far as your difficulty levels go, those you'll find carrot packs. Like I said, carrot packs and credit packs.
Okay.
But most of your carrot packs are normally 25K per carrot, per pack, 90% of
Okay.
them. But the amateurs are 10. So sometimes when you see a little amateur set, and you say, "Oh, this is cute." I'd like, I used my three free packs, but hey, there's 10K packs down here, and I've got 70K in credits. I can buy an extra 4 or 5 packs.
Okay.
That way, you can kind of rush to finish because
Okay.
it's like as far as ranking goes and stuff like that on NeonMob, uh, ranks are based upon the amount of lowest cards that you own across all the series.
Okay. Well, maybe when we get to the website and I can blow it up a little bit, we'll look a little closer at that. Is
All
there
right.
anything else that is app exclusive that people cannot do on the website as far as you know?
Well, first of all, we don't talk or even deal about anything with NFTs because that's not what NeonMob is about. What NeonMob is about helping artists and collectors enjoy what they love. And a lot of the artists that are on here, there's many artists that are, purely amateur, but they do it for the fun, they do it for the love, they do it for the recognition, you know. And then there's pro artists as well. Mythica for one, Charm Bomb. Uh, there's a series called Collective Destinies that has just came on to Neon Mob this year. That they joined us from a group called Comic House, and these are actual comics from the 20s all the way up through the 70s. From basically basically an almost defunct art house. But that's what like the Captain Canuck card I sent you, for instance.
Right.
Okay, that came from that collection. Now, what's interesting is the Collected Destinies. Great cards, by the way. I mean, some of
Yeah.
them, I think even rival some of the Marvel stuff. But I like the old antique look,
Yeah.
the old antique styles and stuff.
Yeah, these are beautiful cards, and once you own a card, or even if you don't own a card, you can click on it and it shows you the serial number, it shows you the set that it comes from, and then for the cards that you don't own, when you click on it, it presents it as a black and white image,
Exactly.
which again means you don't own it, but it still allows you to look at what the card looks like. And then
Yeah.
you got the two little boxes. What are the two little boxes?
Okay. The box on the left is trade. That'll instantly take you to the trade screen. And
Okay.
you can see everybody that owns the card and how many copies of it they have.
Okay. Cool. So if I want that card, I can click on, well, Baluku has six of them. So if he or she is willing to trade, then it takes me to this screen. It
Correct.
shows the card that I'm trading for. Now the print number, is it a random one? Is it the highest, lowest? What does it automatically set to?
I believe all the collected destinies are limited sets, so they're already pre-assigned. Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
So
And when you
collected,
trade for one though, it gives you always their highest print?
it always gives you their highest print.
Okay.
It pulls off the top, the top highest print every time. Now, when we get into talking about the web and stuff like that, they do have an enhancer that you can add to Google Chrome that would give you the opportunity. Like, let's say he has 6 copies, and you could look at all 6 copies and say, "Oh, he has a number 8. I'd really like
Oh,
that number 8." And then you could
okay.
click on the number 8, but then you also need to counter and offer him something that's worth that to him.
Right. Right. Yeah, and so that's good to know is on the app you cannot select the specific card. It
No.
always selects the highest card of that individual, but on the website you can select it. Okay, we'll look at that a little bit later.
All right.
Once you select the person you're trading with, then you would want to click on your little plus sign
Uh huh.
and it takes you to that set. And so if you have, for instance, I'm wanting to trade for an extra rare,
You would
typically,
click on the red diamond on yours.
okay,
Then it only shows your extra rares. Now, if
okay,
you click over on the 2, it'll show you any dupes you have, and it'll
oh, okay,
highlight both. You see,
okay,
don't
cool,
have you don't have a dupe there. Now,
right,
something interesting about this. Now, if you want to offer him something, okay, what you can do is see up at the top where it shows the series. Yeah.
yep.
Now, if you click on the little sidebar there, you can. If you click on where it says any series up at the top there,
Oh, and now select very extra rare and dupes.
There you go.
Okay. So
See,
I
that
can
way
say,
you it picks something from a different series, you know. Now,
right.
now the thing is, on the app, you can't tell whether or not if he owns that series unless you go up to his plus mark, scroll down, and read down to see if he collects that series.
Okay. Yeah.
And you see, and
Okay.
that's what makes it a little bit more difficult when you're doing it on the app versus the web. Because on
Right.
the web, when you have side by side screens, there's a compare feature, and it'll show
Okay.
everything you own and everything he owns that are the exact same collections. And
Okay. And on the app as well, at the bottom, you have your different menus, which I talked about in the first video I did on
right,
NeonMob. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out. And one of the ones where you see that little, let me take this off right here, that little red dot is the trading screen.
correct.
And you'll notice that I have 3 trades proposed. And Trancekatt, is it in this community? Is it typically you trade gem for gem of the same category?
Most 90% of the time, yes. That's an equal. Now, where it differences is like I said, if it's a limited set or unlimited set. So if
Okay.
it's if it's an already pre-numbered set, you can trade for them. There's some, like I said, it's really up to the option of the trader as to
Right.
what they really want. I mean, most traders they'll go green for green on almost everything, but certain sets like a Quest series, we'll get into those later. But on Quest series are carrot only. So the only way you
Oh,
can acquire them are carrots only. There is no free packs. So you're
oh, okay.
spending your carrots every time you're building certain series.
Okay. And it's like any app, as soon like once you deal with a few traders, you get to know kind of their style, their characteristics, what they like. So
Exactly.
it's just a matter of, experimenting a little bit with different people and seeing whether they're suitable trade partners or not. But typically
Exactly.
what I will do is again trade for the similar gem or offer them something a little extra. So for this one, let me find it here. This one right here with DL,
Right.
I wanted her rare. So I gave her a rare from the same set that she owns already,
Uh-huh.
but her number is lower. It's a 31. I'm giving a 233. So to sweeten it up a little bit, to try and make it a little even, I'm giving her a number 54 uncommon as well to try and, balance it off a little bit more rather than just that 1-to-1. Would you say this is a fair offer or is it
That,
not enough?
that that would be a fair offer. Offering needs is mostly what 90% of the players want to do, is because building personal goals is what NeonMob is really about. It's like, how many sets can I complete? How many, I mean, so there's some players like Rachel, for instance. She likes to be first, and she finishes almost every set first, in the top 5 under ranks.
Yeah. Okay. I just
know,
clicked on the set and don't see her there. So let me
not
see
on
if
that,
I.
not on, yeah, not on that particular set. I remember
Oh,
on that was from last Saturday's sets when we had the mass 6 set drop.
oh, okay.
She just said she was only going to grab a few sets along the way on that one.
Okay. Yeah, here's a case of the flirty animals where she is
Right.
at number one.
Yes.
And do you, okay, well, we'll come back to that in a sec when we get to the web. I'm going to switch over to the web pretty quickly here.
All right.
The only other thing I wanted to talk about with the app is on your profile screen on the far right, it
Uh-huh.
gives you some information as well. Anything here that users should, be aware of?
Well, do something with your bio. There's
Okay.
a lot of traders that come on here. They never edit their bio, and it always is. It comes up with the default text. On
Okay.
most of the time, it just says, world. It just says world class collector. Da da da. Da. You know, and I always tell people, I said, put something in your bio. Just give a little tidbit about yourself, or what do you want to collect? What do you want to trade for? There's a lot of traders. What they'll do is they'll put their wish list or their purged list on their bio. So
Okay.
when you're hunting for something, they might say, I really want to collect this set, this set, this set, and this set, but I'm purging this set, this set, and this set. So then, even if they have singles in those cards, you can ask for them and get them.
Okay. And then when we get to the stats underneath and different milestones, you'll notice on mine I'm at level 5, almost at level 6, and I
Yep.
believe I read somewhere that something happens when you hit level 6.
Okay. When you hit level 6, it should open you up to every set available on NeonMob. So
Okay, so
you'll be able to see all the old, like I remember when you first started, you said, well, I can't see the new releases. I can't see the new releases. Well,
right,
as the since Joe has taken over the community over the last 3 years, he's really made this app so much better than what it originally was. I mean, they've gotten rid of a lot of the super amateur art and tried to bring the quality up on all the sets. So that way, it's always something more interesting for people to collect.
right. Okay. So I'm very close to unlocking everything. And I
Yeah.
believe, can you just very briefly explain why everything's not unlocked for everyone at the beginning?
Well, like you said, NeonMob has so much variety, so many sets, and there's so many different levels of collecting. I mean, from easy sets to near impossible sets. You know, so depending upon, like I said, it all boils down to your trading habits. And what do you want to go for? What type of art? What type of art inspires you? What brings you that drive? You know. you know
Okay.
and it's like some players like me, I like the milestones. I like to fill in all my milestones, with the exception of discard. I don't like this. The only thing I don't like is the discard, because yes, you can sell your dupes for carrots, but you only get so minimal carrots when you discard. I mean, it's like, here's 200 carrots. Well, 200 carrots doesn't really take you anywhere when you need 25 for a pack.
Yeah, exactly.
25K for a pack.
Well,
But
let's transition over to the website because I think we covered the app in pretty good detail. So
yeah,
uh, just give me a minute here and I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so now that we're on the website, which is simply neonmob.com, very
right.
easy. Uh, where do you want to start first? Where do you want to direct me? Because right now it looks pretty close to what the app looks like.
It looks pretty close to what the app is. Now, if you notice on the in the middle on the top there, you've got a little milestone, a friends, a trade, and a little bell that shows your announcements. Okay. Now, if you click on that, you'll get a sub menu that'll pop up, and
Okay,
it'll show you all of your milestones and everything that you've hit.
right. Okay. And then you can add friends as well. So you can add
Right.
people to a friend list. Okay.
Exactly.
Shows your trades, your messages. Okay. All right.
It's all
So,
pretty intuitive little bar once you get to use it.
yeah. Okay. Cool. So, yeah, different alerts, levels. Okay. So there's
Now,
one little difference. Starting to understand the navigation. Today's set was Magical Garden,
yes.
and this is a moderate set with one chase. Is
Yeah.
that the
It's a moderate based upon the number of cards.
okay? So again, players have options. They can open free packs, they can open the pro, the credit, the carrot. So of course, I'm just going to open the free pack here. Do you- Curious, do you have a favorite spot on your app when you open these or just
Uh,
random?
Top middle, top right is kind of sort of my normal.
Yeah, I'm kind of more of a left guy. So let's try that one here. We open it up and you get a new print. So you get the
Bees in
animation.
the pod.
Cool artwork, number 79 chickpeas. And bell peppers, number 88. And you'll notice at the top, once you get new cards, it updates your numbers for each of the gems.
Correct.
So I was fortunate, Trance. When I opened my first pack at the beginning of the day, I got a common and I got this one here,
Oh, all right. You got the
the
chase.
chase.
Number 4. What is it? Number 4?
Um,
No, number
number
one.
one.
You got a number one. Ooh, excellent.
Number one chase, my first ever number one chase. I pulled a couple number ones in a different set, but I think just because it was right at 1 o'clock Mountain Time, opened it up, and
Yep.
right in the first pack was this chase card. So
It was
yeah,
waiting for you.
that was pretty exciting, and
and
I'm
that
sure there's
and that's
I'm
why
sure there's Sorry, go ahead.
I was like, and that's one of the exciting things about being on at drop times is like, how many lows can I get? Can I get that number one? Can I get that chase right off the bat? It's
Yeah,
kind of the excitement, just like ripping packs.
and I'm sure there's a lot of people watching this video that collect based on number. Please don't try and hit me up for that number one. I'm keeping it. I'm new to Neon
Exactly.
Mob. Don't offer me 100 commons for it. Nope. My first number one chase is special. I'm keeping it. Just thought
Yep.
I'd mention that.
Oh
Um,
yeah. So, for instance, your number one. Okay, you've got your number one there. Like, let's say at the end of 6 months, 324 chases have been pulled. Okay, now you are going to own number one of 324 at the end of at the when they when the set goes out of print. That's when the value is added.
okay. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, it's an unknown number until
And
um,
until it runs out of print. When it's out of print, that's when they get numbered. It's like the coffee guard. I believe the coffee guardians are already pre-numbered, if I remember correctly.
right. I think the limited ones aren't they? The limited sets.
Yeah, it's a limited set, so it'll
Yeah.
run until everybody pulls until there's no more left to pull.
Okay. And here on the website, I can see I can trade it or I can discard it, and it
Right.
shows me how many carats.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, that's good to know. So this is something that is unique to the web rather than the app itself.
Exactly.
Is you can discard it, but as you said, you don't really recommend it unless maybe you have a ton of one card and you want a few credits.
Yeah, but to me, the way I see Neon Mob is that everything is trade fodder. Whether or not if it's a set, I try to tell most of the new players, I say, go into the pro releases and the amateur releases on the Discord and grab every single set that's still available, that still has a free pack starter pack left to get. And I've had some people ask me, well, why? I said, well, I don't like that particular art or whatever. And I said, even if you don't like the art, there's going to be somebody on the app who wants that card.
Yeah.
So it's like free money.
Yeah, exactly. So here's a question I have for you. That number one chase that I pulled, if I wanted to discard it, I would get 1,000 carats, which isn't a lot.
No, it's not.
Uh, where do these discarded cards go? Do you know what happens to them? Are they
Uh,
completely gone or?
they are completely gone. It's that they're pushed away into a cyberspace trash can that just sits there and collects everything. but
Okay.
they're not brought back into circulation.
Okay.
That's one of the things that we've tried to discuss a few times on Neoma over the years. Is sitting there going, well, if you discard, where does the card go? Could somebody else come back and pull that back out of the pack now? And the answer to that is no.
Okay. Okay.
It would
That's
be.
good to know.
I mean,
So it's like the
it'd be
burn
nice.
feature on Quid.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. And as you said, there is some really cool art. Really love this Trash Girl Party
Oh yeah, the little
animated
background animation and stuff, and the little
card.
glitch to it. It's really neat. It's a really neat little effect.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, so let's get back to the app and some other things that maybe you want to point out for new users. I can see on level 5 here, I'm a trainee. So as you said, once I hit level 6, I'll probably be able to unlock all the different features on the app there. So getting
Exactly.
pretty close. I guess
I,
the next
I
thing.
will let you know in the next update that's coming up for a Neon Mob. They are changing that to level 8,
Oh,
and the reason they're doing this is because they don't want people to get so overwhelmed when they first start Neon Mob. Because if you come on and you start, you jump into it and you want to try to go do a quest set right off the bat, it's like, wow, or like something from the NeonMob library. You'll see people come in and they'll say, wow, this is kind of discouraging. There's 500 cards in here, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
They might say, well, maybe this app ain't for me. So what they're doing is they're trying to limit down the newer users until they level up to, like you said, level 6 for you now, level 8 on the next update. So that way
Okay.
you're kind of sort of a little more limited to the easier to complete sets. So that way you can kind of work your way through the learning process a little bit easier. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else that you wanna cover?
Uh,
Trading tips. In terms of trading tips, again, so
okay.
that new users are not overwhelmed. We talked about the gem for gem. Try to get a similar print number. Look up a user, see what they're collecting. Any other kind of trading tips that you have?
Well, like I said, look at their trader grade when you're looking at the trading grade on the players themselves, because you'll notice that sometimes there's a lot of live players, and there's also a lot of players that have a real low trading grade. For instance, on most of your newer sets, you'll see how everybody has got an A+ in there.
Right.
So you can that tells you that almost all these players are active. They're playing this a lot. Now, if you go to one of the older sets, now you see you see the blue in there,
Right.
the blue or the green.
The C. Yeah.
Yeah, they've dropped down to a C trader. Now, here's a very important tip about NeonMob. Any trade you receive, make sure you either A, accept, B, or decline, or C, counter the trade. Because if you let a trade just if I send you a trade and you just let it expire, it'll make your trade rating go down. You'll drop from an A+ to an A. If you
Oh.
miss 2 trades, you'll drop to an A-. You miss 4 trades, 5 trades, you'll drop to a B+, etc., etc., etc. So the least active you are, and the more trades you ignore, the farther down your trading rating will go.
Okay.
Now, if you've got a B-, or you're down in the C's, a lot of times I try to offer people that are a C trader or a B trader. I try to throw trades at them on purpose to try to help them get their trading rating back up, because you have
Okay.
to hit X amount of trades to get back up to that A+ status again. Mm.
Okay. And one difference I see on the website as well is when I click the details of a
Yeah.
set, it gives me a lot more additional information. It shows all the specific cards, check mark if I have it. Whereas on the app, it just kind of shows this top part with
Right.
the
You just
numbers
see the
on it.
milestones. Yeah.
Right. The milestone. So yeah, kind of
And
cool. And then on the milestones, I guess when you complete a set, like Rachel has 3 different milestones. Is that a milestone
okay.
just for the set or
Okay.
her overall?
The first one is your milestone for completing core. Okay. The second one on there is that's your for completing all the chases. The third one is for completing all your variants. Now there's
Okay.
one more above that one that is for the legendary cards. Those
Oh,
are special, but this set doesn't have any legendaries.
okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, it shows what they've well, so for example, K3N,
Uh huh.
he's completed the set, but he doesn't how come he doesn't have this
He
milestone here?
doesn't have all the chase milestones yet. He's got the variants, but not the chase.
So to complete
Or
the
wait a minute.
set, you don't need the chase to complete the set?
No, you don't need the chase to complete the set.
Oh, okay. All
Because the
right.
the chases and the variants are above and beyond the core set of the collecting.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, this is getting kind of a long episode already, so let's kind of finish off with the Go
Okay,
Pro option.
all right.
So talk a little bit about the advantages, about why, at some point in the future, why new users might want to decide to go for this pro option.
Well, what I like best about the pro option is that like as since you've been a quid player for many years as me, you know that they'll say, oh well, if they had the same kind of model, it'd be, oh well, I can only hold, like as a free player, you can only hold 6 packs. As a pro member, you can hold up to 12 packs. So that way, if you go to bed at night and you sleep 9 hours, you don't end up losing those other 3 packs that you could have the potential to pull. Because on NeonMob as a free player, you can get up to 24 packs per day. And
Okay.
after you build a streak at midnight, you'll get an additional 3 packs.
Okay.
So you can get a total of 27 free packs a day as a free player, which is actually quite generous for an app.
Absolutely. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
but as a pro player, you can hold 12 now versus 6. So you can sleep a 10-hour day, get up and wake up and say, "Oh, hey man, I got 11 packs. I need to pull a couple here so I can keep the timer running until the drop hits at noon." You know?
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's that right there. That for $10 a month or $120 American. Remember
Yeah, you're
that this is
Canadian. Yeah,
American. So if you're in England or Australia or myself in Canada, it's going to change based on the rate of the dollar. Um,
exactly. Mm.
so you get exclusive packs as well. So does that mean certain sets have?
Most sets that are available, you can get a pro pack on. Now
Okay.
the pro pack is nice because you have better odds for getting higher cards, very rares and up, and you also get 4 cards versus 2. Mm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is what you talked about earlier, the banking, the more freebies, bank
Right.
up to 12 freebies at a time.
Exactly.
Okay. And we'll just,
And you see, and that helps you out, so that way you don't have to, because on Quid sometimes they'd be having mystery drops and flashbacks
right.
and stuff, and it's like, well, if you missed that 2 hour window it dropped, tough, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas here, it's a much more relaxed, much more casual collecting atmosphere. So if you can save 12 packs at a time, you don't have to keep checking the app every 6 hours.
Right. Right.
You can
Okay.
check twice a day versus 4 times a day.
Okay.
What I'd like to give as a user tip though is that I always collect right before I go to bed. I mean, I roll over, I make sure I've got every pack pulled before I, you know, put my head on the pillow and put my phone on the charger.
Right.
That
Right.
way I wake up in the morning and I've got 6 packs already, 8 packs already waiting on me. So that way I can go bang, 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 pull off a couple of them, open up the app and say, what's today's set going to drop? Oh, hey, man, I like this. It's going to be flirty animals. I want this set.
Yeah.
So as a pro user, you now get 4 pulls on that set versus 3.
Okay. Yeah. And I just opened up a pack here. I've got the American, the bird set here. So everyone gets that free pack, and there's 3 free packs that I think they reset every 24 hours.
Yes, every 24 hours.
Okay. And then if you're a pro member, you also get this pack as well. Is it just one pack usually?
It's just 1 pack usually, but like I
Okay.
said, you get an additional. Your first draw there you get is a 4 pack. Boom.
Right.
And it's better odds than the freebie pack.
Right. Notice the odds there, guys, is your common is 41.5%. On your pro pack, you get 4 cards and it's about 30%. And your chase, or is this the chase, the
Yeah,
heart
that's the
one? Yeah.
chase. Uh-huh.
So you're almost tripling your odds of getting a chase with that pro pack. So you get double the cards and you get better odds. And then if you use carrots, those basically work out to the same as your free pack in terms of the
Exactly.
odds. Okay. And if you use credit, now you're getting the pro kind of odds.
Right.
But you're only getting 2 cards. Okay.
Exactly.
So this one has 4 different options for packs. I'm sure other series have more than 4 options.
Yes.
Okay, so if we look at, we'll just again look at the flirty animals, see what they have, just to kind of compare.
Pull up Founding Fathers. Mhm.
Founding Fathers.
Yeah.
Okay, that's that. Let me just, since I'm here, I'll just quickly check this one. Freebie, pro freebie, carrot, credit, and variant.
Yes. Now we
So
do
what?
have
Oh,
special.
okay. So you're basically buying a guaranteed variant card.
Exactly.
Okay, and you're spending 4 credits to get it. All right. Well, that's a pretty cool option. So you said look up founding.
Fathers.
All right. See, this is where I got to find my search engine here.
Yeah.
Where's the search bar?
Uh, Trying to figure out where to search for it. It'd be look under Series Finder.
Okay, let me go to the main page here. We'll go to Siri search.
Series search.
And do you remember the category?
Is the NeonMob Library, I believe. Neon Library.
Okay. Neon Library. All right. Yeah, it just has one. Maybe I haven't unlocked that one yet.
Yeah, I don't think you've unlocked it. You might not unlock
Yeah. Because which is that? Is that one of these ones here?
it. I'm trying to pull it up here. Give me just a second. I just had it up a minute ago. Where is it?
So new users, here's a classic example. I don't have access to the hard, very hard, near impossible, or the quest packs yet. So I'm guessing that Founding Fathers is one of these four categories.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it up here. My internet is slow.
No problem.
There it is. Okay, see, it's considered a hard set.
Okay. So there you go.
You're still locked on those.
I'm still locked, NeonMob. Come on, get me to level 6. Someone send me a trade or something to get me up there. I'm so close.
And
And so you would say it. I mean, I know on Quid you're a free to pay player most of the time. You would say in terms of NeonMob, it's a good investment.
it's a very good investment. And like I said, if you but to me, I always buy it by the year versus buying it by the month because you save, you know, so much more by going by the year. And
Okay.
not only you don't have to worry about renewing it every month or having that $9.95 a month come off your Apple card or whatever you have it set up with. But the bonuses alone on Pro are well worth it because you're helping the developers and the artists want to continue to keep contributing to Quit and constantly making it better. The nice thing about excuse me, didn't even say Quid. NeoMob. You can edit that.
Careful.
Boop. I'll just boot myself on that one. Okay. on Ne-
Yeah, go ahead.
okay, on NeoMob, as a pro member, besides the fact that you get the pro pack every day for almost every set that comes out, you earn double the carrots for every single milestone. So, like I was showing you on my iPad there, for instance, the 30K that you'd earn for completing all the chases now turns to 60K.
Oh, okay.
So, for instance, today one of our another one of our good players here on Neon Mob, she managed to level up to level 56, and she got a 400,000 credit bonus on level
Wow.
56. But because she was a pro member, she got double. She got 800,000 credits. Hmm.
That's a lot of packs that
That's a
person
lot,
can open.
and that's a lot of packs you can open at that. And
Yeah.
like I said, the you can build your milestones so much faster on Pro. And like I said, best of all about Pro is that since as a Pro member, the artists that are listing their sets as Pro get a little bit of residual from every pack sale. Hmm. So
Cool.
it gives them an incentive. I mean, even if it's just pennies on the dollar, it still gives them an incentive to keep creating more art, to get their craft out there. The community is so helpful in Discord because we're always sitting there talking with the artist. And I mean, you can, like I said, with the little chat button on the app alone, if you're scrolling down through there and you say, "Oh, I want to make a trade with Charm Bomb," and it's like, "Oh, well, there's a little chat button up here. I can chat with Charm Bomb. You can chat with the artist."
Yeah. So yeah, I believe that shows
It shows a much more tight knit community It really
Yeah.
does. I mean, and it brings everybody together because everybody's here for the same goal. We all love the art. We're all here. We're all here to have fun and help share, our art with everybody else. So like I said, once you get up to that level in the website where you can start cross trading between different series, I mean, you can trade your robo colors for your mountains, and vice
Yeah.
versa, because hey, they're collecting the set, I'm collecting that set. They need the card, I need the card. You can switch green for green, and you can go back and forth across different series.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap this one up, Trancekatt, because it's been a
Okay.
fairly lengthy episode, and don't want to keep people too long when they're watching. But I do want to end off with, let's go to the science fiction. We're both science fiction fans. Give me
Oh
a set
yeah.
here that you really love from the science fiction set.
Ooh. Well, let's see. Looking at the ones that you're scrolling through now, uh, Alien Worlds is a nice set. But the
Okay.
one that I actually have been enjoying here lately is the Lieber series.
Okay. So this one here, it shows the release date. So this came out in 2020, and you said that it usually lasts 6 months. Or
Six
no,
months.
this one
Yes.
is. Why does it say 2099?
2099. It's an unlimited.
Oh, okay, okay. But so this
Well, I mean,
one,
not,
let's
I
see.
mean, well, I shouldn't say unlimited. That one has been brought back as he called an Infinity series. And
Okay, all right.
Infinity series you're available to collect those forever until they run
Okay,
out.
okay.
I
So
doubt
it's
if you
like a.
run out, but like I said, these cards here won't gain any value till 2099.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. And give me a card from that series that you just one of your favorite cards from the set.
Oh, I'd have to pull up the set and look. There's so many. There's so many to choose from. Probably one of my favorite cards on there is I like Voices of the Past. And
Voices of the Past. Help me out here. Where is that? Which gem
Voices
is
of the
that?
Past is a common.
Oh, a common. Oh, there we
Yeah.
go. Okay. So kind of a pixelated.
No, no, no.
Look.
They're not pixel. Well, on you, you're looking at a black and white version. They're not actually
Oh,
pixelated.
okay. And
I
that
don't know.
is by,
Does that help any? Oh,
yeah, Chaotic Tango created that set. Very cool. And when we look at the full leaderboard here, you said you finished number 60 something?
yeah. Well, I have a 62nd rank, which is on the left-hand side,
There we go.
and but you notice my finish was 399.
Okay, so let's finish talking about how do they determine your rank then?
Okay, like I said, your rank is based upon the lowest cards that you own across the whole series. So when you're trading, a lot of times, for instance, on the unlimited or on the limited sets that are already pre-numbered, I always try to trade looking for the lowest, something lower than mine. So if I'm trading a 6,000, I try to look for a 3 or a 2,000 card out there. I mean, I might find 7 or 8 traders that have a card similar to mine within 1,000 or so, but I might just, I'll look through 15 or 20 traders and say, okay, well, the best one I found is this guy has a 1588, and I can offer my 3250 for it.
Okay. And is this is constantly changing? So if Keith gets lower cards, he can move up to the number one rank?
Exactly. And
Okay.
that's where the website, once you hit up to your level where you unlock everything, you can get, there's an enhancement that's available that you can get for Google Chrome that'll give you the opportunity to go in and look for the lower cards versus just like we said before, if somebody has 6 cards, well, you're automatically going to get whatever their top card is. So if their lowest is a 1 and their top card is a 700, you're going to pull that 700 every time. But
Okay.
if you get the enhancement on the web, you can go in and say, oh, okay, well, he's got a 1, he's got a 14, he's got a 39, a 70, and a 300, and then a 500. And then you can say, oh,
Okay.
which one of these cards do I want? Which one interests me the most? Then you can go
Okay.
for that one.
And
And
what
then
would you recommend new users do with their carrots that they accumulate? Because you don't want to spend them all right away on one pack. Is there
no.
a strategy with your carrots?
My strategy is I like to save until I find a set of cards that just absolutely blows me away, or something that I really, really like. Um, like I said, once you're able to unlock and get to some of the better series, there's butterflies of Patagonia, and very neat set, all chromed out, futuristic butterflies. Okay, and it's really kind of neat. Some of them are even animated.
Well, I think Trancekatt, we're going to end it there. Um, Thanks for coming on and helping me out and helping some of the new users out. I'm sure get used to NeonMob. Hopefully we'll get some views on this. If you have any other questions, if there is anything that you guys out there want us to cover, if you want us to do a tutorial about trading or about different sets, or eventually I would like to have Trancekatt back and talk about some of the stories, because he has told me off screen that some of these sets do have a very unique and cool storyline behind them as well. So we can talk about that in the future. Once I unlock all the options on my screen, we can talk about some of those as well. But yes, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out all my other videos. I do them on Quid as well. And yes, absolutely, Trancekatt is coming back to talk Quid, because we're going to have a good discussion about the Quid app at some
Oh
point as well.
boy. Can I
that
unload on that one?
that one might be a little more filtered when we talk about Quid. Thanks again,
Gotcha.
guys, for tuning in. We'll catch you in the next episode, and yeah, have an enjoyable rest of your day.
Oh yeah, collect what you love what you collect.
Hey, that sounds familiar. Yep. And that's the episode on NeonMob, a tutorial that I hope all the new users found useful. In the future, I'd like to do a little bit more in depth about some of the sets and some of the artists. Again, if you are an artist on NeonMob and you want to be interviewed, I'm here. I'm willing to do that. If you're involved in the app itself and management, I'm here. I'm willing to do the interview. That goes for Quid as well. Still would like to interview some of the users and some of the management in Quid. I love both apps. One thing that I learned about NeonMob from this interview with Trancekatt was that it's really about collecting what you love. There doesn't seem to be that stress and anxiety and the pressure to collect like sometimes I feel there is on Quid. It's very casual, relaxed. The community is extremely helpful and nice. And it's an app that I could see myself investing in the pro feature. I will likely become a pro member in the near future. I got to make a few more sales with my Quid items first, but we're getting close. And it's an app that I plan on using a lot more. There's some really good artwork, and I want to thank all the amateur and all the pro artists for their contributions. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go do it right now before you go get a coffee or before you go get a glass of water. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like on the video, show some love for Trancekatt for coming on and spending time with us today. And as he said, collect what you love and love what you collect. We got a new band leading us out. We got the NeonMob Band. Bob on the drums, Rachel on the piano, DL's gonna shake the maracas, and of course, Larry Wheeler and Dealer is going to be on the electric guitar. Take care of yourself and someone else as well today. We'll see you in the next episode.